Production support for the weekly special is provided by Smithville, a local provider of fiber optic-based internet, TV, and phone services. Smithville's quantum fiber optic network allows large amounts of data to travel around the world from local homes and businesses. More at smithville.net. Siam House, offering Thai fine dining and takeout, including stir fries, curry dishes, and banana fritters as featured in Bon Appetit. Lunch buffet 11 to 3 p.m. weekdays, corner of 4th and Dunn. IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. publichealth.indiana.edu. And WTIU members, thank you.
It's the witching hour tonight, and the weekly special is getting spooky.
Yes, we are, and we are bringing you the best in Hoosier haunts. Want to know what happens to those pumpkins after tonight? Stay tuned to learn more about Bloomington's annual pumpkin launch. Plus, we'll visit a Hollywood monster maker who makes her home right here in Indiana. And become monsters ourselves with the renowned operators of one of Indiana's scariest haunts, Fear Fair. Plus, the pirate flags are in the studio to sing the songs of the seas.
Equipped with beards, eye patches, and even a live parrot.
Yes, all of that and more right now on a bewitching weekly special. Hello, I'm Daryl Neer.
And I'm Erica Sagone. Well, Daryl, did you get a chance to carve a pumpkin for Halloween?
Not without a child's safety knife and a stencil, no way.
Oh, you can't be that bad.
How about you?
I did. I go for the traditional jack-o'-lantern, but I really love to carve pumpkins. But for some Indiana residents, pumpkins are for more than just carving. After the treats have been served and the tricks have been played, abandoned jack-o'-lanterns line the streets. But for some Hoosiers, these pumpkins don't see the trash. They take to the skies during the annual Bloomington Pumpkin Launch, where residents come together to compete, laugh, and for some special participants, learn.
At Reach High, we're an applied behavior analysis center, and we work with kids 3 to 18 that have autism or another spectrum disorder. We try to get the kids out of the clinic and into the community to do some things just to show that just because they have autism or another spectrum disorder, they aren't limited to just being inside the walls of a building. So this is a really great way to get them out in the community and do something kind of out of the ordinary that you don't see every day. It's a really great social skill builder because the way we've done it is when they're building, we have a bunch of kids out here at once, so they're having to process things that other builders are telling them. They're having to listen to everything that's going on. It's a great way for them to be able to collaborate with peers and work in a teamwork setting. I was a little nervous about it first because I have a little bit of construction background, but not much, and I've never built anything like a catapult before, so it's taken some research and some YouTube watching to get it figured out. But now that it's in the process, I'm really glad we're doing it because just seeing the kids' reaction has been great. I think the kids will really enjoy it. We're going to do some testing out here to kind of see how it goes with them. But for the most part, they were all talking about watching all the pumpkins fly around and smash to the ground. So I think they're looking very forward to it, so it should be a good time. If we're able to do something more fun like this, instead of sitting at a table and going through a bunch of directions, it's almost like they aren't really even working on their goals because they're so excited, so into it. It's really a great way to get them to work on goals without really thinking they're working necessarily. Taking the plan and actually putting it into action and seeing it get built up has been exciting for me. But having the kids come out and help and all the help that the community and the parents here and their families are willing to give has been really special to see.
And if you'd like to watch the Great Pumpkin Launch yourself, you can learn more at bloomington.in.gov.
I really wish they had this when I was a kid. I think that would be a wonderful opportunity.
No kidding.
Well, there are certainly a lot of unexpected characters throughout Indiana, but our next subject, well, she's making them.
To outsiders, it looks like any other farm you might see on a quiet Indiana road. but the folks of Connorsville know better. It is the home and workshop of Hollywood monster maker Lynette Eklund.
Being the kid who always made alligators out of egg cartons and puppets out of styrofoam balls, I decided that if I got a degree in fashion design, that I could go out to Hollywood and work on all the elaborate costumes, which was the closest I could think of to an arts and craft type of career and still be involved in Hollywood.
After graduating and moving to LA, chance intervened. While attending a party, Lynette found herself surrounded by the effects artists behind such films as Ghostbusters and Jaws.
When I was at that party and I started talking to people and they were building monsters, it was instantly like I was only half listening to these people and half realizing what kind of stuff I could play with. And I realized that this was going back to glue and fur and all this fun stuff that I like to play with anyway. And I thought, this is it. I'm home. I went straight into monster making, had my first job within a few weeks and just never looked back.
From her first job sewing Teddy Ruxpin toys to her dream job at the famed Stan Winston Studios, Lynette has helped make and puppeteer creatures for over a dozen Hollywood films, including Mouse Hunt, Species, and even cult favorite Beetlejuice.
The type of people that end up working in the industry and surviving are people who think by the seat of their pants, because the whole object with physical effects is to make sure that you're creating something that hasn't been created before. I kind of got known as the troubleshooter for bodies, for anatomy. Even if it's a bug, alien, whatever, in order for people in the audience to fathom it as real, it has to be something that they can actually believe exists in our world. So I kind of got hooked on figuring out how to make things believable and make them move believably. So much of what I learned was just over the course of time, accumulating little pieces here and little pieces there. And so what started out as learning how to tweak fur on Teddy Ruxpin became a raptor later.
You heard that right. Lynette helped create the terrifying raptors of Jurassic Park. It is that kind of resume that has allowed Lynette to move her family from the fast-paced industry back to her Midwestern roots.
That same family feel for the film industry you don't get in Los Angeles as a whole. It's a big city, but you do get that in small towns. You do still have that when you come back here. And so we thought, surely there's another way that we can make money than growing soybeans, because we don't know anything about that. So I thought, well, okay, we have a cornfield and I know how to build monsters, so the logical thing was a corn maze with haunts on Friday and Saturday night. So I build monsters 10 months a year for the rest of the world and for 2 months a year for the cornfield.
11 years later, Lynette's corn maze has turned into one of Indiana's most popular Halloween destinations, Eklund's Crazy Acres.
For Crazy Acres, I wanted to make sure that we weren't like everybody else. I take pride in the fact that everything I make, a lot of actors say that once they go perform on Broadway, they don't want to go back to television or movies because they have that audience reaction there. And Crazy Acres does give me that benefit of finally being able to see that initial reaction that people have. Over the course of 11 years, I've figured out what works and what doesn't work, and it's not the same thing as a haunted house. When you're watching an old black and white monster movie, back in those days, the budgets were small, the effects were weak. They didn't show you a lot to make those monsters work. It was more about the suspense, and so that's still what I'm about. It's about what people do to themselves based on a suggestion you give them more than just pouring more stuff in their face. More blood, more guts. To me, that's not scary. What a person can do inside their own head is much scarier. So I am out to disturb people.
Lynette's creatures have to be seen to be believed, and you can learn more at her website, cornyfunmaze.com.
Well, Lynette has the most fascinating job, and it was so cool to hear about the work that she did on Beetlejuice.
Really, I mean, it's such an iconic Halloween-type movie. It's awesome.
Well, while Lynette is trying to disturb, the guests that are joining us in the studio are after only one thing: sheer terror. We're going to learn more about the folks at Fear Fair while they get ready to teach us how they do it. Driving through Seymour's Freeman Field Airport at night is already enough to send chills down your spine. With the seemingly endless twists and turns of abandoned World War II Army barracks, it's a fitting home for Indiana's most infamous haunted house. Ranked as one of the best haunts in the country by such publications as Forbes magazine and Ohio Valley Haunts, Fear Fair has been petrifying visitors for 13 years. And it's easy to see why its success continues. This is a haunt that takes its scare seriously. Each year, their all-volunteer cast attends an annual fear camp to learn the latest in truly terrifying techniques, from chainsaw operation and safety to victim screaming class. But it's not just the acting that sets Fear Fair apart. The haunt is known for its spine-chilling sets. Each room features individualized soundtracks and special effects to heighten the terror as visitors clamber through the tantalizing nightmares of Hollywood, like Jeepers Creepers and the ever-popular Doctor with his demented cackle and crackling Tesla coil. Even loyal Halloween visitors are in for a wicked treat. Each year, the cast and crew go out of their way to make the experience newly frightening. Whatever your nightmare, Fear Fair is sure to have it. And with the authentic attire and aggressive acting, Fear Fair is sure to make you live it too.
As you can see, the people from Fear Fair have done a zombification of the weekly special.
Now, your team got Daryl and I ready in about 20 minutes, which seems really fast to me, but nightly you guys have 80 people to get ready. How
Right.
long does that take?
Most usually 2.5 to 3 hours.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
lot of prep.
Oh, yeah.
And so you guys have been doing this for more than a decade now. And so, Brett, I'm curious, how did you get into the business of scaring people?
Well, I guess I've always had it in my blood. I remember being a child, like 5th, 6th grade. I did a haunted house for my church youth group in
You
my
put it
parents'
on.
barn. Yes,
Okay.
we put that on, myself and some neighbor kids, and we built the sets and we did it. And then during my high school years, I got involved with the JC's haunted houses in Seymour. Then I went away to college and law school, and when I came back in 2001, Becky and I actually met at one of the Seymour JC's
Really?
haunted houses. Yeah, back in what, 96?
It's meant to be.
Yeah, and but when I came back to town in 2001, it had sort of died off for a few years, and I wanted to get it going again. So that was the year we started with Fear Fair, and now we're 13 years in.
One of the challenges of any haunted house is to try to keep it current. And I'm curious, what do you do, or what have you done this year to revitalize and keep it alive and keep it moving forward?
One of the biggest things we do is an online poll to kind of see what they want. And the past few years we've done, last year Walking Dead, we added downtown Atlanta, a whole city block, and this year Silent Hill.
Are you keeping the characters from those shows as well as part of the
Trying to do a simulation of those characters.
Absolutely.
And we look for properties that have a lot of depth. Like Silent Hill's had 2 movies and 7 or 8 video games. Walking Dead, I think, is going to be around for years. So we try to look for things that are going to have a lot of longevity and a big fan base, and we go with things like that.
And clearly zombies are popular, as we can see right here.
Zombies are huge. Zombies are huge.
Now, something that people might not know is that you're a not-for-profit and you give back to the community. You've given defibrillators to firefighters and you've built playgrounds. Why is this an important part of your mission?
Well, I think that's a big part of what we make sure we want to happen is that money that comes into us isn't spent at our place. It's spent out in the public. Community can benefit from what we have to offer, and we always try to do something like we did, done playgrounds in the past as well. So I think being part of the public community and being out there and open is a big deal what we do.
Okay, great. I love that part of your fair.
Yeah, and if you want to learn more about how you can experience the terror of a haunted house, the scariest haunted house in Indiana, you should visit the website, fearfair.com. Before we go, one last question. Tell us what people will experience when they go through the Silent Hill portion of the haunted house.
Well, if you're a gamer who's played the Silent Hill games or you've enjoyed the movies, you're going to find all your favorites. But we actually like to, we want to give the customers what they want. So we actually conducted a survey last year and asked them, which Silent Hill monsters or characters scare you the most? And we took that feedback and incorporated it into our scenes. So of course, we have the nurses, we have Pyramid Head, we have the Lurker. We have some lesser-known characters like Bogeyman. I think if you're a Silent Hill fan, you're not going to be disappointed.
I know people want to know, will we see the little girl?
That's Alessa, and it's not Silent Hill without Alessa.
That's awesome.
Well, after that kind of fright, our next guests might be a welcome relief. But don't let them fool you. They bring just as much passion and pageantry.
The origin of the pirate flags. You sure you'd like to know? It's opening up Pandora's box, my friends. But I'll tell you what, many years ago, on a far, far sea away from Bloomington's own special sea, a young lad by the name of Spunky Guido was a cabin boy on a ship called the Scurrilous Blackguards. And the Scurrilous Blackguards didn't fancy Spunky Guido so much because he was a young whippersnapper. And I got kicked off of the ship, thrown overboard, and it took years and years on a deserted island until I was able to have a vision of running my own ship as the quartermaster of the Pirate Flags. Many years later, and several visits to the 7th floor of the folklore collection at the yonder library, I assembled me mates of the Pirate Flags for a celebration of International
Talk Like a Pirate Day!
Arr! The rest is history. It's folk rock is all it is, and you just play a folk song and you get that tube amplification and you hit those drums a little bit harder than usual and boom, done. Turn everything up a little bit louder, you know, get the grease paint, add a little theater. It's easy. Why do you like playing in the Pirate Flags, Mitchie?
Because I like the old songs and the new way we play them, that's why.
Ah.
We're actually preserving traditions while creating new ones. We're bringing up our past, talking about it. This is what's happened, and we also try to create a little vision for the future out of the past. That's the poetry part. The kid took some great poetry, 19th century poetry, put it to great music.
It's not like we're a band from New York City descending upon Bloomington for them to think how cool we are. We are Bloomington. You turn your head and you see a pirate flag walking down the street. We're just like you folks. We find it very important to play our role and do our civil duty as Bloomington community citizens. It's just that we got lucky enough to find a way to do it while being in a pirate band.
We really feel that there is as did the pirate, that there is an injustice in society that we need to cure. And so we're not only going to rebel against it, but we're going to try and create what we think the world should be like.
What I still treasure the most about the band is the music and the gallop. Occasionally we play the polka.
I say it's me mateys.
There's a lot of good friendship in this band. We're very solid. We love each other very much. We do anything for each other. It's beautiful. It's artwork. It's piracy.
It's us. It's the Pirate Flags.
It may not be Talk Like a Pirate Day, but on a night like tonight, we can all be pirates. Enjoy the Pirate Flags.
One night came on a hurricane. Oh, the seas were mountains rolling. When Barney Buntline turned his quid and he said to Billy Bowling, a strong nor'wester's blowing, Bill. Oh, hark, can't you hear it roar now? Oh, Lordy, how I pities them. Unhappy folks ashore now. Foolhardy chaps as live in town. Oh, what dangers they are all in. Now lie a quake wishes I've a notion for our good luck in such a store to be out on the ocean. And as for them who are out all day, on business from their houses, and late at night returning home, to cheer their babes and spouses, while you and I build on the deck. Are comfortably lying. My eyes with tiles and chimney pots about their heads a-flying. Very often have we heard, oh, how men are killed and undone by overturns of carriages, oh, by thieves and fires in London. We know what risks these landsmen run. From noblemen to tailors. So Bill, let us thank Providence that you and I are sailors.
That was fantastic.
And remember, the Pirate Flags are performing tonight at Max's Place. They will be raising money for Mother Hubbard's Cupboard. Learn more about this event as well as upcoming events at their website, thepirateflags.com.
And check out our website for all of tonight's segments, plus a look back at other great haunts in Indiana, weeklyspecial.org.
Erica, I think we've added a little fun and fear to this Halloween.
This was an especially fun show for me because I've never seen a band with a pirate before, let alone a dancing pirate.
And a parrot.
And one more time, the wonderful Pirate Flags.
Ships may come and ships may go, as long as the sea does roil. Each sailor lad, likewise his dad, loves that flowing oil. But alas, ashore he does adore one that is plump and round. 'Cause when the money's all gone, it's the same old song. Get up, Jack. John, sit down. Come along, my jolly brave tars. There's lots of grog in the jar. We'll plow the briny oceans with those jolly roving tars.
Production support for the weekly special is provided by Smithville, a local provider of fiber optic-based internet, TV, and phone services. Smithville's quantum fiber optic network allows large amounts of data to travel around the world from local homes and businesses. More at smithville.net. Siam House, offering Thai fine dining and takeout, including stir fries, curry dishes, and banana fritters as featured in Bon Appetit. Lunch buffet 11 to 3 p.m. weekdays, corner of 4th and Dunn. IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. publichealth.indiana.edu. And WTIU members, thank you.